Hi, this is Mohammed Shakil here, and you're watching an excavator being designed in the generator shape design, the part design workbench. So finally it was assembled in the assembly design workbench and given the joints and different parts so that the complete movements and the rotation, everything was constrained. So we are in the Photo Studio workbench where you're seeing the rendered image of this excavator here. So now let's get back to the different parts that was used to create this excavator. So what do you see over here is the base, and this is the body, this is the arm support, the engine, the exhaust, the cabinet, the back arm, front arm, and the the bucket. So in this bucket, the whatever objects are there, it's going to get collected in this particular bucket. So what do you see, this body over here is going to rotate with respect to this particular axis over here, and that's the reason, that's how the object on different places are being collected in the bucket. So here you have the revolution joints over here so that it can rotate with respect to different angles and reach different extent objects and place it somewhere wherever you require it to be placed. So that's about the working of our excavator. So this it can be called as an excavator, or you call it JCB or the digger. So that's how it can be called. And now let's get back to the working of our toy excavator. So I'm going to exit the Photo Studio workbench, and let's get back to the DMU kinematics workbench here. So I'm going to open up the simulation. I have already given all the joints and everything which is required for the simulation of this particular the animation. So let me just jump back to the start and specify a time for this, and let me play it and show you how my excavator works and does the work. So it's rotating, and it's going to extend its back arm and the front arm together. The bucket is rotating itself, and it's going to take the objects in its arm, and it's getting back to the initial position because it doesn't want to hit on any object on the bottom, and it's placing it on the place whichever it needs to be placed, and it's putting everything down, and it's getting back to the initial position of the arm. It's rotating its bucket back because it doesn't want to drop anything which is remaining on the bucket, and it's getting back to the initial position. So that's how the excavator here works. So I'll show that once again to you. So this time I'm giving a repeat loop. It rotates and it goes to the position where it needs to collect the object, and it's extending its arm, and the bucket rotates completely, and it goes and it collects the object, and it gets back to the initial position, the upper position, so that it doesn't hit the lower object while it's rotating, and it's getting back to the position where it needs to be, the object needs to be placed. It's opening up the bucket so that the object falls down, and it's getting back to the initial position, and then it turns back its body and it places itself to the start position here. So that's how the animation goes over here of our excavator or digger or whatever you call the JCB. So this is how the working is being done. So for this particular small project, I've used the part design, the assembly design, the generator shape design, and again the DMU kinematics, and a little bit of Photo Studio for the rendering. So I hope you enjoyed my video. Thank you so much.